What's going on, everyone? So, Scream 7, we have Gale Weathers, the Meeks Twins, Sidney Prescott, all of it. And we've been getting little details and little kind of rumors and information. Again, always take everything with a grain of salt until the actual movie comes out. We never really know what's going to actually be accurate and what's not. But we got some nice little details about Gale Weathers and kind of where she's at as a character, how, she's kind of dealing with some cancel culture. The Meeks Twins are going to kind of help her kind of navigate through all of that. I did a whole video on it, so I won't dive into it too much here because I don't want to ruin that. So if you want to go check it out, go check out that video after this video, of course. But again, got some details in Gale Weathers. We know, or again, we don't know for certain, but rumor is she's supposed to get about 20 minutes in this film, which would be great. But then it begs the question with the Meeks Twins, right? How much are they going to be in this film? How big of a role are they going to play in this film? Are they going to live? Are they going to die? What's going to end up happening? Right, if Gale's playing 20 minutes and they're helping Gale, are they in it like 15? Like, are they in it like 20? Are they going to play a huge significant role? They're the only characters that are kind of carrying over from the last Scream movie, right? They're the only ones that are going to be left from Scream 5 and 6 to kind of bridge the gap into this new era and whatnot. And then obviously, we want those characters to serve a purpose and hopefully get some more character development. Hopefully we get some more storytelling on their characters and whatnot, rather than just like, Mindy giving impromptu speeches that lead nowhere and Chad just being there to get brutally butchered and somehow manage to survive, right? But got some details that I want to kind of go over with the Meeks Twins about a potential kind of bait and switch, a little trap. Hey, we're gonna get Ghostface this time, and this comes from Critical Overlord. Shout out to Critical. I'm sure most, if not all of you, are familiar with Critical and his content and everything like that. So definitely check him out after this video. Of course, finish this video and then go check out Critical Overlord. But somebody asked, can we get some hints about the twins? Critical Overlord responded with, they'll be part of a wild bait and switch sequence. So, couple things. One, I've seen a lot of other people, like on X or whatever, kind of like add a bunch of stuff to like what Critical Overlord said. All he said was that they'll be part of a bait and switch sequence. I've seen people add in like, oh, Gale Weathers and Sidney Prescott will be a part of it, and it was their master plan, and it was them all along, haha, right? Like, and again, like, it's hard to know exactly. I mean, maybe they're right. Maybe it is Sidney and Gale's plan, and it's like kind of this trap. I mean, a bait and switch is, essentially Chad and Mindy are going to be involved in being the victims, only to switch it, and now Ghostface is the one. The hunted becomes the hunter, right? And look, it would make sense that if the Meeks Twins are going to be helping Gale Weathers, that maybe this is Gale's plan. I've also kind of, talked about this in the past with the Meeks Twins. I actually talked about it in a couple videos. I could see, because like there was rumors and reports, months ago that the Meeks Twins were going to help Gale Weathers. And when I originally talked about those videos, I said, I wouldn't be shocked if we get a scene where the Meeks Twins kind of, because if they're doing like reporting, right? And Chad's supposed to be like the cameraman. It's like the new Joel and Gale type thing, right? Like, I could see them potentially sticking their nose in somewhere that they shouldn't, and it ends up getting them killed, right? Like, maybe you have something where they go and, try to do some digging or try to, be too much like Gale Weathers, and it ends up getting them taken out. Wouldn't shock me. What if this is it, right? What if Chad and Mindy are willing to be the bait and trusting Gale Weathers, and that ends up getting them killed, right? Like that, or gets one of them killed, right? Like, imagine the tension and the drama and the chaos that could bring if, say Chad and Mindy are doing, are all game for the plan. They go, they help, they do their thing, and then, Mindy ends up getting killed. How does that affect Chad? How does that affect Chad and his relationship with Sidney and Gale? Is he kind of continuing and willing to help? Or is he kind of like, what, forget you guys, my sister's dead because of you, right? Or vice versa, right? Mindy's the one that I think would be more like, screw you guys, like, you guys can die for all I care type thing, right? Like, where I think Chad would look at it for what it is. I mean, I think he'd be upset. I think he'd be mad. Uh, I think he'd be bothered, but I also think he's the guy and character that would actually come back. And you're like, I know it's not your guys' fault. It's Ghostface. We got to stop Ghostface. I need to avenge my sister type thing. Like, I could see something along those lines, right? Look, I talked about it going into Scream 6 even, right? Can we get some good chase scenes? Can we get some good quality, just high tension, high build type of scenes where, there feels like there's some risk and some stakes here? Have the Meeks twins running for the life, the plan goes south and they have to try to get out or something. And, ideally, I'd like to see maybe at least one of them die, right? Like, honestly, I think Chad would be more impactful because Chad seems more of like the fan favorite, in the whole Dewey thing. Mindy, I feel like more people would be happy that she died. People love Jasmine Savoy Brown. It's nothing against Jasmine Savoy Brown. Just the character of Mindy. More often than not, I see people that are like, I can't stand that character. Which, she kind of doesn't really serve a purpose. At least Randy had like actual like substance, right? But nonetheless, I digress. Point is, right? Like, if you're going to do this bait and switch thing, one, I kind of question, like, why would Chad do it? Right? Chad has been just like brutally, like, you could argue why would either of them do it, period. But especially Chad. Like, Chad has gotten butchered, and I get it kind of plays into his character. He's like, the big brother, the protector, the one that wants to save the day and everything. But like, it also kind of feels like, if I was him, I'd be like, dude, you guys are crazy. Like, you do that. Tell you what. I'm the tank here. You guys do it, and I'll go save you. Right? Like that's kind of what would be my thing. I'd be like, you guys, Like, have you seen how tore up I've gotten? Also, how does Chad like look and feel and sound? Right? Like, is he like like Dewey in Scream 2, where he's like walking funny and stuff? Like, there's just a lot of questions with the whole Chad and Mindy and this and the bait and switch thing and stuff. But I saw it. And I was like, hey, let's talk about it, share some information on it, and, have a discussion. So as always, this is a discussion. I pass a question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you like this idea? Do you hate this idea? Kind of mixed in the middle. However you feel, whatever your thoughts are. Either way, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out. Helps me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel. What are you doing? Hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.